Welcome back to the channel, friends. I am very excited to make some announcements. We have some wonderful additions to the farm, and in this clip we are on our way up to collect two new additions, Boris and Natalie, who are two Tamworth pigs. They are both registered and purebred. They have had some babies already, and I am just so excited to bring them home. And I can't wait for you to see them. Look at how cute they are after they were unloaded and taking a nap. Aren't they just the most adorable little critters? Alrighty, yous be good. No. Hello, pretty girl. This is a pretty girl. Such a pretty girl. Yes, you is. Such a pretty little dance. Yes, you is. Right, Boris? Right, big boy? Yeah. Right, little Natty? Yeah, that's a pretty little girl. Yeah, such a pretty little dancer. Hi, Boris. Yeah. Such a pretty boy. Such a pretty girl you is. Such a... Yeah, big boy. You'll be good boys. Yeah, you'll be good boys. Hello, sweetheart. Hello, little babe. Is you having fun? Say hello. Say hello to everybody. You want some cuddles? Yeah? Oh my goodness, sweetheart. Look at that pretty face you have. Yeah, you're just a sweet little girl. Yes, you is. Just a sweet little thing. My goodness, and you came inside after you heard us. Yes, you did. You came in from inside. Yes, you did. You're just a sweet little girl. Yeah, they're talking about you. You sweet. You're just the sweetest little girl. Yes, you is. You're just the sweetest little thing. Yeah. Yes, you sweet. Yeah. Oh, you gonna work that a little bit more? Yeah? Is that not right for you? No? It's not right? What would you like? I not have anything for you right now. Is it good now? You gonna look out the window? Your baby, because you didn't eat your breakfast. And you eat your breakfast because it's almost dinner time, sweetheart. And you're cooking some babies in there. I hope that you have enjoyed a peek into our farm and viewing our new additions, our Meishan and our two Tamworths, Boris and Natalia or Natty are the two Tamworths, and Babe is the Meishan, and Babe is pregnant with some purebred Meishans, and Boris and Natalia have been working on the next generation of our Tamworths, and now I am working on a new canning project, which is some barbecue pulled pork. I had also on this day worked on another version of some pulled pork using my electric roasting oven, but unfortunately I had lost the footage of most of it, excluding the quick peek of just placing it in my roasting oven. So I guess I won't be able to share that with you. And as I was going through the editing, I should have sharpened my knives a little bit more or I should say before I had started to do the meat here. But I guess I can't really complain too much, considering that my Shun knives, or my Ken Shun knives are, gosh, 20 years old. I can't say that they haven't held up super well. I absolutely love my Shun onion knives. They are probably one of my favorite kitchen tools. They are always sharp. They sharpen up super well for me, and they fit my hands really well, and they're probably one of the most comfortable knives I've ever used. So all I'm doing with my pork shoulder is just getting rid of excess fat and chopping them up into small chunks. And I had gotten a twin pack of pork shoulder. One had gone into my roasting oven to do all day long, and I had just done that one and put some in the freezer. And then the other one I'm going to can up, and I'm getting rid of the extra fat and putting it in these small chunks here. And there was a bone that I did need to debone, and that was a little bit difficult since I had never done that before, and that took a little bit of time to get all the meat off of that bone and manipulate around that a little bit. And you can see that bone on the right hand side on the plate of scraps or waste material. And I ended up deciding that there was more meat on that second portion than what I really wanted to put in jars on this day, because I still did end up with 3 quarts of barbecue pulled pork, and initially I was really only planning on putting up 2 that day. So I was quite happy with the quantity of pulled pork that I ended up with this recipe. And we ended up with the 3 quarts plus an entire pork roast shoulder to do something with in the future. So we've got the entire bowl of chunks that we are going to put to the side, and I've already pulled out everything that we need for the recipe to add for the pulled pork. And the recipe that I am using in this canning is the all-new Ball Book of Canning and Preserving, and mine is an older recipe book. Mine is the, let me quick double check to see what year it is. I am using a copyright date of 2016. So mine is a little bit older. But I'm sure it's something that would be easy enough to locate. And there I have finished chopping everything up, and I had just put the extra in the bag, in a freezer bag, to just go in my freezer. Now I just want to do a little cleanup in the area that we were cutting up the pork shoulder. And it's time to get all the diced onions out. And for this recipe, we are going to need 1.5 cups of chopped onion. And if you want to use the recipe as written, and instead of using a pre-made barbecue sauce, then you would use 1.5 cups of ketchup, 1/2 cup of firmly packed light brown sugar, 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 2 tablespoons of brown mustard, 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 cloves of minced garlic, and then 4 to 5.5 pounds of a boneless pork shoulder roast. But as you can see, I opted to use a pre-made barbecue sauce just because the other half is a little bit picky about his barbecue sauce. And on the pork roast that I did in the slow cooker that I ended up freezing, I did a homemade barbecue sauce that the other half said was a little bit too spicy, which is what I normally would have used in the barbecue sauce for my canned item. But because he said it was a little too spicy, I decided to go ahead and use Sweet Baby Ray's because I know he likes that. So this way it gave him an option for a quick and easy meal that he could just pull off of the pantry shelf if he decided that there was something that I made that he just didn't want to eat that afternoon. So I had gone ahead and put our items on the stove and cooked them down and simmered them. And now I have added in all of our boneless pork shoulder and reduced all of that. And I am going to go ahead and give that a really, really good stir so that that meat is coated really well in all of the onions and the apple cider vinegar and Worcestershire sauce, so that that meat is really, really flavorful and everything is mixed really well. Because when I put it in the jars, I want to make sure that all of the jars are going to be equally distributed with all of this wonderful flavor that we have taken all this time to make sure that everything is chopped up well and that all this meat is equally coated with everything. And that's why I'm just taking some extra time here just to make sure that everything is coated super, super well. And we really did simmer this down quite a lot, and we reduced it an awful lot. So we've really concentrated all of those flavors. And now we're going to go ahead and take some time and pack everything into these jars. And it's a little bit of a slow process to load these jars to make sure that everything gets in there and gets packed quite tightly. So I did notice that this was quite slow going. So whenever you go ahead and do this, it's a little bit slower than one would hope. And you want to make sure that you get your meat packed in there really, really well and quite tight, so that you can get the most in your jars that you possibly can, so you can get the best product in there. As we are packing our jars, we want to be sure that we are going to leave 1 inch of headspace after everything is firmly packed and debubbled all the way down. And here I'm just making sure that I've got all the air bubbles completely out, and that I am making sure all of the rims are completely clean, and I'm using boiling hot water to make sure those rims are crystal clear and free of anything that could prevent the seal on my lids from sealing. There's nothing worse than ruining an evening's worth of work because your lids will not seal. And yes, I'm still old-fashioned, and I still warm my lids, my canning lids, before I put them on. And I just put my lids on finger tight, and that one just seems to keep, it just wants to give me a little bit of trouble. I don't know why, but that one was just a little bit of a bugger. And I'm just checking to make sure that it's on square and I didn't cross thread it, and I think I might have. And for the barbecue pulled pork, we are going to go ahead and process these jars for 1 hour and 30 minutes in our pressure canner. And for my altitude, it's going to require 10 pounds of pressure. And because I am using the All-American, I have the little wing nuts, so I need to go ahead and turn them with opposite catty corner pressure so that my lid is on equal. And here's a little bit more of Boris and Natty.
Hello, Boris. Hello. Hello, little Boris. Come here. Come here, tiny man. Come on. Yeah, that's up a little Boris. Yes, you is. Well, hello, darling. Hello, little girl. Hello, sweetheart. How are you, Natalia? How are you, baby girl? Yes. Can you people see you? Come here, let me see your pretty face, sweetheart. Is you too busy eating? Is you too busy eating? Get it off your butts. Get it off your butts. Natalia. Hi. There's a pretty face. Alrighty, we'll use relax. We'll get some more bedding in just a little bit, okay? Because we gotta go get Babe for dinner, and then cut the ponies in, and the chickens and everything, and I gotta go get dinner started, okay? Alrighty, you settle in. Night, night. I'll see you in the morning.